This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Brandon Andrus Green.
Welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast Live. Pilates can look like a workout from the outside, but that same method can be adapted for people with very different bodies, goals, and stages in life. Today, we're talking with Holly Perry from the Reformer Room about how Pilates can help build strength, improve range of motion and endurance, and move more confidently in a safe and individualized way. Holly, welcome. How's it going?
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Brandon. Going very well.
Thanks. I'm excited to hear about you and the Reformer Room. So how did you get involved with Pilates in the first place?
Sure. So my Pilates journey started about 5 years ago after I'd been diagnosed with breast cancer and had a double mastectomy. I'd lost my range of motion. I'd been healing from all of the surgery and the medications and just overall didn't feel all that great and thought, well, I want to try something different because a lot of the things that I knew to do as far as moving my body, getting out and walking, etc., just weren't as effective as they used to be. And so I found Pilates and started with an introductory class and was hooked from that moment and knew it was something I could stick with. And as I continued taking more and more classes and getting more out of it, I decided, maybe I want to be a Pilates instructor. Maybe this is my thing. And so went through a comprehensive certification process and got my certification, and I still continue to do learning. I love to learn about the human body and how we can help ourselves live a more fulfilled life, and go through life with less pain and more range of motion and all those good things.
And so the Reformer Room, what does that name mean?
So the Reformer Room is, I base that on the fact that I'm using reformers. So a lot of Pilates classes I see that are kind of popping up right now, a lot of mat classes. And I love mat. That's, a very classical Joseph Pilates class. But here I've got the apparatus that I know and love, the Reformer, and I've also added towers, chairs, and I have a Cadillac coming as well. So just kind of distinguishing myself in that Pilates realm of being an equipment-based Pilates studio.
So for someone who's never been on a Reformer before, what is Pilates actually doing that may be different from the workout they maybe picture in their head?
Sure. So with a reformer, you've got resistance springs. You've got the weight of your body on the machine plus resistance springs. So it's a very low impact movement. So it's not jarring. It's not heavy loading while you're standing up. You'll be laying back a lot of times, sometimes kneeling, sometimes, different setups for different exercises. But I think the main thing that sets it apart is that it's low impact, but highly effective. So you learn how to work those deep core muscles that really provide that powerhouse strength that Pilates is known for.
And you work with everyone from like teenage athletes to pre and postnatal moms, cancer survivors, and people coming back after illness or surgery. How do you adapt the same Pilates method for people with such different needs?
Sure. So understanding where people are in their Pilates journey and what their goals are. So before I have a lesson with someone, I ask them to fill out a little bit of information about themselves. So it kind of helps me prepare. But I can adapt a lot of Joseph Pilates methods were developed for our soldiers coming home from World War II, and things that they could do while in the hospital in their beds and get moving and starting to rehab there. And so a lot of the movements and the exercises that we do can be adapted through use of different props and really understanding the pathologies and how to approach them with people. And so I do work with everyone from people who can barely get on the reformer to where they're looking for maybe is just range of motion and be able to walk without pain in their knees and to strengthen their core and their lower body, to athletes who want that challenge and want to maybe target certain muscle groups. So Pilates is very adaptable.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Pilates. So what do people misunderstand most about like core strength, mobility, or just Pilates in general?
Sure. I think that one of the common misperceptions is that it's just really hard. And I would have to say that the hardest part for a lot of people is finding their mind-body connection. So it's not thinking about the grocery list or their to-do list while they're on the reformer, while they're in class, but it's connecting with their breath, connecting with their body, and learning how to go through movements with that control, holding on to that focus. But I think that the most common misperception is that it's just really, really hard. And it's not necessarily, it can be, but it can definitely meet anyone wherever they are in life.
It's very adaptive.
Absolutely.
What should someone expect during their first visit to the reformer room? Well, let's say they're maybe nervous, out of shape, worried that Pilates may be too difficult for them.
Sure. So first things first, grippy socks. So bring your grippy socks, and I will walk you through, if it's your first time, what the reformer is. Give a quick overview of the machine, where the foot bar is, where the headrest is, where the straps are, which go on the hands, which go on the feet. And I'll also be offering a new client special now that I'm opening up next month that will include a private session along with 3 classes. So I'll kind of bundle that together. And my goal with that is to help people feel more comfortable when they come into the studio, that they know a little bit more about the equipment, and they'll be more comfortable as they go through classes.
Well, if someone wants to learn more about the reformer room, see whether Pilates may fit their goals, or get in touch with you, where should they go?
So my website will be live by the end of this week, and that's www.thereformerroomtulsa.com.
And before we finish, what's one thing you wish more people understood about Pilates before deciding whether it's for them?
Sure. So really having a deep understanding of anatomy is a huge part of the certification process for Pilates instructors. And so knowing that we've taken the time to really learn about the human body, and everything is connected, and understanding where everyone is and our clients are in their Pilates journey, whether they're just starting or they've been doing it for years and years. Pilates really is for everybody, and everything is connected. So sometimes you may think that, well, I have a bad knee, I can't do Pilates. Well, maybe we work on a different muscle that you didn't realize was actually maybe a little weak, and that will then strengthen that knee. It's not necessarily going to hurt to get better.
Makes sense. Holly, I so appreciate you coming on the show, and I wish you and the reformer room the best going forward.
Thank you so much, Brandon. Thanks for having me today.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnptulsa.com. That's gnptulsa.com, or call 918-301-6356.